Workshop Wednesday. Hello, my friends and family and everybody. Everybody is friends and family. There you go. We're doing good today. Summer is here. I was curious if we were going to have a summer, but yes, it is here. Wind's blowing and it's hot, so it's all good, and everything seems to be radiating heat at the moment, so a little more difficult to cool off, but we do have the old air conditioner kicking in the shop. We got the ceiling fan going. Life is good. We are not uncomfortable. So, all right, to tell y'all where we're headed for the next, y'all strap in here. We're ramping up for the TCAA Show last weekend in September. September 25th and 26th, I think, is the actual dates, Friday and Saturday night in Oklahoma City at the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum. And a little update to the website. Lots of things are happening on the website. T's doing all kinds of cool things and making it more exciting and interesting to look at. So if you've been to the website, and go back, because he's changing it constantly right now. What we'll be doing is highlighting the TCA pieces, and so if you go to the website right now, wilsoncapron.com, Echoes and Evolution Spurs are up, and so that's what we're going to talk about today. And each week I'm going to have a spotlight piece that I talk about and kind of go at it, and I've done some videos, and T's done the emails. Sign up for the newsletter there, the email list there on the website if you're not getting the emails. But I do polished video, you know, so I have the good clothes on and all that. I was about to say I got my good hat. I got a good hat on. I got my C-sharp hat. Chris Sharp knives. You need a good quality knife? Call Chris. Shout out, buddy. All's good though. But this is going to be more Workshop Wednesday like, so we're not quite as refined and polished. We're just going to talk about it. So we're going to talk about the Spurs, and first of all, I got to tell y'all, as I'm going about building pieces, sometimes I have a piece in mind that I've been thinking about for a period, whether it's years or months or something, and then I have a clear direction as to what I'm doing. I had got done with my bit, the major piece, which we'll talk about in a week or two, but the Spurs were next, and I got to tell you, man, I was a little lost. I had done some things in the year previously that sparked some interest and some ideas, but I didn't have a real focused pinpoint direction to go here. So I just kind of sat down and started drawing, and I felt a little bit like a kid at the buffet line. I was like, you know what, that looks good, and that looks good, and pick over here, I'll take some of those strawberries and put them on there, you know. And so these Spurs kind of reflect that, right? It was different elements through the years that I thought were interesting, and I tried to all put them together in one piece. And you know, it was a bit confusing to me. My personality is to have a clear focus, one specific thing that we're accomplishing, and away we go. And these Spurs were actually kind of uncomfortable for me to create. I wasn't lost, but it wasn't a real clear picture as to what I was doing. So when I got all this down, it was exciting. The shank of the thing, it's long, you know. It's a big shank. It is a long point of contact from the heel of the boot to the tip of the rowel. Got some big old rowels, and we'll talk about them here in a second. But the shank was one that I had done a pair of Spurs for a good customer, my friend Homer Bailey. You know, baseball fans may know Homer. Anyhow, accomplished pitcher in the major leagues for sure. But Homer, he likes to be creative, and kind of took me down some areas and placement of the rowel pin, and took some of my classics hairpin style Chihuahuas where it's a loop and you got this, it's very symmetrical. Well, Homer had me kind of shorten one end of it up, which lengthened the other end, and put the rowel pin. And it was cool. Like, it was really fun. Well, so for this pair of Spurs, I said, I'm going to twist it, kind of flipped it over, put like a shap guard, but it's not a shap guard. It's more towards the rowel pin, and it's just a twist, right? It's a contemporary deal. It's taking old traditional foundation and then twisting it back in a little different twist to create some spark and interest. And they're long, right? Again, they're long. There's a lot of shank there. Then with the rowels, which we did a post yesterday, lots of people are commenting on the rowels, and I gotta say, there was a past experience that comes from one of my schools. Shout out Justin Lampier, thank you, buddy. Justin was in the class, and of course we do a lot of direction and filing rowels. It looks simple to you people that have never filed a rowel. That is probably one of the most difficult parts of a pair of spurs is filing the facets on a rowel. It's very complicated, and it's hard to get your mind wrapped around for whatever reason, and because there's so many angles. But I was explaining to Justin what we did, and he got it, and away he went. I come back 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes later and look at it. He didn't follow my directions at all. Like, he did nothing I said. But it was cool. And that's where the little point comes from. It's like a rowel within the rowel. And when I saw that Justin done that, I was like, that is cool. Like, I'd never thought of doing that. And so it's always been in the back of my mind to try to do some of that and do it on a pair of spurs. And it's a different twist. You still have the facets on the spur and all that, but instead of there being a V groove, now I got a point at the V of the tines where they come together. So that was not my idea. It was Justin's, and it was fun to execute this time. Then as things have moved along, and not the first one, there's other spurs that are done. I think Kerry Kelly has a pair of spurs, calls them a hurricane, a rowel, where it's kind of twisted. You take the tine and you put a little bend to it. I've seen some others do that, and so not my first time to do it, but something that I added a little excitement and point of interest to by curving those rowels and putting a little spin, puts a little movement in the deal down there at that end of the spur. So it's fun. I don't inlay silver a lot in the rowel, but it also adds a nice little highlight, and so I put some sparkle in the spur rowel by inlaying silver in there. And then we have some cut out ovals, a pierced filigree type of look that again puts a little sparkle as the rowel spins. Light will shine through there, and just another cool way to add interest to all that. Make a very simple thing that's not simple very complicated. Yeah, that's all cool. Then so then you take the bands and they're 1 inch bands, maybe 1.25 inches, and they're not 1.25 inches, 1/8. I added a little girth to them so I can increase my canvas size, and that was kind of a theme throughout the year, is to create a bigger, bolder design that was easy to see. So I increased the size of it and did some big plate overlay silvers that would allow me to do some big scroll designs on and all that. I couldn't help it. They got the center oval, focal point, the major focal point of a spur, usually where you put a name, brand, or a point of interest. And I did some style of scrolls that it's one of those buffet items in line that I like doing it. Those style of scrolls we don't see in our Western culture a whole lot. A lot of little itty bitty fine single point shading, a lot of fold, a lot of dimension to that scroll style, and something that honestly doesn't fit the rest of the spur. That's where you put it, right? You put it at the point of interest is something that's the statement right there in the middle. And so in a way I did that on purpose. I wanted you to look at it, and it being so fine and delicate, I couldn't have things around it that compete with it. So that's why you have the big bold designs around it and the fine intricate right in the middle. And that was a lot of fun. It's something that I've studied over the last several years of learning how to draw scrolls, and I'm all the time trying to change my scrolls up, my leaf structures and all that. As an engraver, that's a way for me to create interest and differences from one piece to the next by changing my scrolls up and changing the decoration. Saddle makers are great at it. They add the maple leaf, the oak leaf, the different flowers. You know, they all do all kinds of different styles of tooling. And we as engravers in the metal world, we get stuck doing a particular style and scroll and stay with it. And so that's my way of creating interest there. And another little small twist of something different. I don't often double mount a pair of spurs. I get a budget, I get a time frame in mind as to what I'm gonna do, and I spend all my time on the outside doing it up. In our Western culture, a double mounted pair of spurs, silver on both sides, has an automatic level of value to it. Like, these are really fancy if they're double mounted. So I went to the inside and did the same big plate overlay with it. But instead of doing something intricate in the center, I put the TCA logo there in the center for the highlight point. And that, we do that. You know, the only place you're going to see the TCA logo on a piece is if it's been in the show. So that's a way for me to broadcast and put that logo out there and show that it has been in the show and all that business. So a lot of fun, a lot of cool to that spur. It is one that I reflect back on, and I look at my creation of it and go, I honestly, I can't pass judgment on it yet. But, lots of comments, lots of favorable comments. My dad, who's one of my biggest critics, positive critics, I don't mean that negatively, but he called and he said, "Man, you got a lot going on there, kid. I like it. You did good." He said, "When I first saw it, I didn't know where the hell you were going or what was happening." So, you know, it is one of those spurs. I don't think it's probably going to fit everybody. I don't think everybody is going to fit their style and taste. But those of you that do like the contemporary twist to tradition, these are for you. They're definitely exciting, different, for sure. You're not going to find another pair out there like them. So anyhow, did I mention the link on the website? I was talking about website and I probably forgot about that. If you're interested in coming to the show, several of the last videos, I said, go to here, go to there, go to this, call me. All that is still available. You can go to the TCA website. You can go to the Cowboy Museum website. You can call me. Now, you can go to wilsoncapron.com, and right below the highlight of the, what is it? Echoes and Evolution Spurs, there is a link that will take you straight to the National Cowboy Museum website where you can buy tickets. So I would love to see you in Oklahoma City, and we can talk more about it there. Go to my website and sign up for tickets, and away you go. Anyhow, if you got any questions, holler at me. I look forward to discussing more of these items as we get closer. We got about 6 weeks, and so I got 5 pieces. So here we go. Y'all know what's happening. See you next week. Adios.